Hey everyone, I'm Disconcur and welcome to episode 18 of Heroes Untapped, the ANZ Heroes of the Storm show. Bring you all the news, information, events and other stuff happening in our little ANZ scene. And best part of it is all, I haven't said enough yet, it is all Heroes of the Storm related. And most of it's actually towards us at the moment. Unlike the last couple of episodes, it's been a little bit all over the place. We've actually got some cool news to bring up tonight. So now I don't do this show alone. Tonight with me I do have one of my co-hosts. His name is Finach. Finach, good sir. How are you this evening? Tell me, how has your time been in the Nexus over the last week?
Hey, so yeah, it's been good. I've been enjoying those scaling changes. Sorry I couldn't be here last time, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been pretty good. Pretty good holidays.
They actually, how good have those scaling changes been? I really loved them. I think I think they haven't changed the game too much, but the early game feels like the late game. Like I feel really engaged for the entirety of the game now.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was full of action before, but now they just upped the ante. I mean, kudos to them for doing that. That went out without. I mean, not without a hitch, but it's been great so far.
Oh yeah, it has. It's just felt really nice. Let's say it's. I start the game and I feel a little bit more like what I'm playing, just because of that extra stat. And it's not. It's wrong to say stat bonus, but I just feel a little bit better because of that extra stat gain. Now, was it also? It's Fanach is my co-host, but to round out the show, we also have joining us tonight. He is the current representative. Manager, owner of the Australasian Player League. I will get him to introduce himself because his name, I hate, it looks terrible to say. Good sir, welcome to Heroes Untapped. Tell us who you are.
My name is Enzetamine, and I am currently the person running the APL.
All right, awesome. The Australasian Player League.
Yeah.
Those are unsure of that. And we actually will discuss it a little bit tonight. Unfortunately, we were meant to have Bluecast, the other co-host, on tonight. He's unable to make it. And we're going to get against time from, I believe the name is Knight Esports. Unfortunately, he was unable to make it as well. So it's just a group of 3. But guys, that means that we can spend more time looking at your stuff in the chat. Let me know everything about the show. Any questions you got, throw us our way. We are more than happy to try and answer them if I notice. All right, what's going on? And chat, disco is being too loud. I apologize. I will attempt to not shout. I can't help myself. I've been excited. I've been really getting big into my shoutcasting, guys. I've got heaps of replays that people have sent me. I've casted a couple of them. I'm really excited. Oh, it's going to be so big. We've got some great events coming up this month as well. I'm just Heroes of the Storm. I'm so excited. I didn't play it for about a weekend. Might have coincided with an Overwatch stress test. I didn't play it for about a weekend, but I'm back into it. I'm loving it. Never stopped loving it. All right, so moving on.
Never stop.
It's great, isn't it? All right, so first off, we'll just talk about the news and events happening in our ANZ region. So on the weekend, we're talking about Knight Esports, event to get against time on the show tonight. On the weekend, Knight Esports and Ascended Gaming had a scrim. It doesn't sound that exciting, lots of team scrims. But what was really cool about this one was that they actually streamed it. They streamed their scrim. They had 2 people casting it. They had Blue Or actually, one of the co-hosts who's not here tonight, and Starving actually casted the scrim, and it was just really enjoyable to watch. Did you guys, Finach, did you get a chance to actually see that scrim being casted?
No, I actually didn't.
Yeah.
I missed that one.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Didn't know it was happening?
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, well, I think there was a little bit of lack of advertising on the part of it, which was a little bit sad because it was actually really great. It was just really great to watch. What about yourself, Endime? Did you?
Enzetamine.
Enzetamine. I'd see the NZ and I see New Zealand, so I just drop it and go.
It's really quite funny because I'm the American here, so
Yeah. Just the accent as well. It's crazy.
No, I didn't get a chance to see it, but I saw on Facebook the kind of idea of doing one of these every Sunday, and I, love watching sports on Sundays, so let's start watching Heroes on Sunday.
Well, yeah, that's one of the big things. Like, I really like like the concept and the idea behind it. And just as a little bit of a fledgling scene as well, or still growing, developing, just it was just so good to see two teams who Ascended Gaming are came onto the scene about 4 months ago, and they've stuck around during this absence of events. But they've just they've stuck around during this absence of events, but they've really started to make a bit of an impact on the scene. So sorry, I just had my producer come in and just flash a sign at me to improve quality of audio. But it's just cool having I don't know what I was saying. It's cool. They're both good teams, right? Ascended Gaming, new onto the scene, but veteran players. Carnite Esports, it's not the same thing. Veteran players, newish onto the scene. They kind of just unformed for a while there, but they've kind of come back with a vengeance. And so going into the WCS next year, we've seen these two guys' teams scrim. We're starting to know their players. We're starting to know how they play, what they pick, what their favorite heroes are. I think it's really cool to see. And like you said, it's Sunday sports. So for Fnatt, would you love to see something like this every Sunday, every second Sunday? A little bit of a scrim, maybe grudge matches, I don't know, random pug games.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'd love to just be able to watch that. I mean, that's the dream, right? To see heroes on TV.
The tune in
pretty close though with the esports push that Blizzard is doing. That might actually be a reality, and it's great that our scene is getting onto that.
Yeah, definitely. And the other great thing is that we can get people to cast and commentate and analyze, and it grows the entire scene that way. Yeah. More of us who are able to do that, the more people are going to get involved, and that's what we all want. We want new players in, and we want our existing players to get better. This is how we do it.
Yeah, that's it. The teams practice and scrim. That's something they do normally. It's I was talking to a couple of people just around the place about it, because personally I've got this idea let's do this great huge Sunday Heroes of the Storm show. It goes for 6 hours or something, something insane like that. But other people just just the game, just cast the game, maybe 15 minutes talking about the teams, cast the games, then 15 minutes afterwards going what happened. It's anyway, I just wanted to shout it out. I think it was a really great event. It was done on Bluecast's Twitch channel. But it's, the next one, who knows where it will be, the next person that's casting it. I just wanted to highlight it. I mean, two great teams coming up in the scene, doing some really great stuff. But talking about great stuff, this weekend is the ANZ Royal Rumble this Saturday, 5th of December. Oh, I'm excited. Are you guys going into it?
I'm actually going to go and, definitely.
Yeah, you're throwing your name into the hat.
Oh, it's going to be terrible, but it's going to be hysterically fun.
That's it. What the real question is? What's your MMR on Hot Slogs?
Oh, don't look at that. Don't look at that. I mostly quick match if that. So no, don't look. It's going to be terrible.
Challenger League MMR.
Oof. I haven't even finished my placement games yet in Hero League.
All right. So
really?
I know. Everyone's like, wait, you're trying to start a league and you haven't even finished your Hero League matches?
Rank means nothing.
Yeah.
That's what all the rank ones tell me. All the people who are at rank 1 tell me, rank means nothing. It means something to you. You're at rank 1, buddy. Some of us are still struggling in these lower ranks.
Exactly.
It's everyone else, not me, I swear. But anyway, so this is happening on Saturday. It starts at 12 p.m. ADT. And if you guys are interested in playing, keep an eye on the ANZ forums at Blizzard, the Battle.net forums for ANZ. And also keep a look on Morton D. Short Twitter account. ANZheroes.com and the Twitter account and all that stuff will post the sign-up information, because you can't actually sign up for it until the day. It's an hour before the event starts, I believe. You can sign up for it, and then you actually get considered to be a part of it. Not considered, you do get into it. But to stop no-shows, to stop all these teams being made and then no one rocking up on the day, it's sign-ups on the day. And it's solo, and it's a solo sign-up, guys. It's not a team tournament, it's a solo sign-up. So you sign up solo, you get put in a team. All the teams' MMR or relevant skills are balanced as best as they can. and then you get to play. Awesome. And for those that are unable to play or participate but would like to check it out or watch it, you can watch it live from twitch.tv Skimmy NZ. And it is being casted by Starving and Skimmy. And a really cool thing, it's actually been cast. They're shoutcasting from the same room as well.
Oh,
I think
nice.
that's going to be pretty cool. I can't wait to see what their can't wait to see what the show's like, what their sort of like production's like. It's gonna be really cool. And Skimmy's a talented player as well. Like he's a talented player. Was on XL5, and now he's going to shoutcasting. It'd be really cool to see that experience. There's a lot of casters on the scene at the moment aren't hard, like in-depth hardcore players. They're all more analytical players. So it'd be really cool to see what he brings to it. Anyway, so move on from that. So that's happening this weekend. Check it out. Also, guys, don't forget next weekend, 12th of December, is the Kings of ANZ tournament. Don't forget to check that one out. Hasn't quite been decided what the stream's going to be, but there should be a stream. And if you've got a team, sign up for it. Sign up details can be found on the on my blog page, or it can also be found on the comments details. Wherever you're watching this, wherever you're listening from it, check out disconcur.com or go to the YouTube comment section. All the details will be in there. And that's the King of ANZ's tournament. That's the big round robin. Every team that signs up will fight every other team. So there is no I was knocked out complaints. It's you win because you won the most games. And so those are the big events happening in the scene at the moment. So let's go on to just some general Heroes of the Storm news. And Finach, tell me about Towers of Doom, the new Heroes of the Storm map. It's so the Heroes maps are a bit weird, but this has to be unique. This has to be the most unique one yet.
Oh yeah. This is I don't even know. I don't even know where to begin with this one. I played it to begin with, and it took me about 2 games to figure out that there's a portal that opens up.
Yeah.
The tunnel.
Yeah, the tunnel. I was just like, oh, I mean, how are people getting to mid so quickly?
Everyone's Felstad. Everyone's Felstad today.
Yeah. Oh man, it's been fun. I've been hearing a lot of it's a mixed reaction, I think, to the map, because some people think it's worse than Haunted Mines, and some people think that it's so creative and new that it's good. So I think the jury's still out in that decision. But I personally enjoyed it. I've had some pretty fun games in it, especially when you play Sylvanas. You just ruin.
Yes, take out your lane, capture those bell towers. For those who have yet to play it, so I'll just quick summary of it. So Towers of Doom, effectively the big change of this map is that you can't do direct damage to the core itself. You have to kill the core with the map objectives or the mercenary camps. That's the big change. It's still a 3-lane map, but bases are also reconstructed. So you kill a base, it reconstructs on your side, and then the enemy can come along, blow it up again, and then it reconstructs as their side. So it's more of a control and hold map with random objective to fire missiles. I mean, I'm sure you guys have played it. Go check it out online. That's the summary of it. But the big thing, I think the big sticking point for most people is that you can't core. You can't be level 17. You've just taken a team fight. You've wiped them out. You can't just go and end the game. It's... What do you think? And Zedamine, what's your take on that? Not being able to core in this map, and I think that's a big sticking point for people.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it throws the kind of the idea of pushing for core just completely out, and you have to be more strategic overall. Do you go for boss? Do you wait to cap a bell tower before you go cap an altar? How many altars do we need to get in order to win, or how much do we need to defend the altars to make sure we don't lose? And I think that really kind of changes the entire meta around what concerns a good team on this map. And I think we're going to start seeing some really interesting combinations here as people, start figuring out how to win on this.
Do you think it's not a bit of concern? Because a lot of people have commented that I mean, this is just a team fight map. I mean, there's really nothing else to do but roam as 5. Like, you know, you do your standard lane, get to level 10, and then you just roam as 5 and just take all these team fights. So there's no point to take sieges. You know, why take any siege heroes? Just take, you know, everyone that's massive in a team fight and just stomp that way. What do you think there's a concern by that, or is that just people maybe trying a bit too hard?
Well, I think that's what everyone's instinct. You know, it's like, let's lane to 10, let's group fight, we'll win. But, you know, if you're trying to get the bell towers, you know, are you going to be kiting around the bell towers while you're fighting and then only engaging when you're level up, or, you know, things like that? Do you use the tunnel to your advantage to try to ambush a team? You know, I mean, there's a lot of people are going into it very bluntly, and that's what you always do. But you're going to find your strategists who are just going to start picking it apart, and it's going to be great. Yeah, I can't wait to see that.
So it's really early. Like, people are still figuring out the map, how to play it. Finat, what's your feel on that? What's your? Do you have any? Do you have any insight? So we've said, is it a team fight map? People just stomping. What's your insight on something on the map?
Well, I mean, you can't build around like team fighty drafts, but you get destroyed with a split push. It really makes it so that split push is like it's a counter to that sort of build. I mean, the map is deceptively large. You know, it's like it's big, but there's actually a lot of like travel around the map.
It feels like a hub and spoke system. Like, you have to get into the middle in order to get to the wings.
To get to somewhere else.
So I mean, you can push a lane out quite easily. Like I said, I played a bunch of Sylvanas games on it, and I've never lost a single game. Yeah. Because once they rotate in, it's fine. You just rotate out. And when you're behind, you can just farm for their bell towers for an EXP lead. And I mean, the scaling, you can really feel the scaling in that map, particularly. Yeah. Because you can when they take yours, and it's such an easy take back as long as you have your entire team going on their structures. Yeah. You get your EXP lead. They lose their EXP lead like quite fast.
Because the structures give a lot of experience, don't they? Yeah. Like, it's quite a reasonable sum. And I think a lot of people aren't. But when the buildings rebuild, right at the start of the game, you've got 2 towers, you've got a gate, you've got a well, and you've got the you've got the fortification in place. But once you've destroyed it all, that walls doesn't come back, does it? It's just the fortification.
No, it's just the fortification. It's the fort and the well and 1 tower.
Yeah. Yeah, so from a fort, you only have to kill the fort, right? Who cares about the tower and the well?
Yeah. You can, if you kill the fort, both structures disappear.
Yeah. So, and like I said, like Sylvanas, it must be incredibly picked and hope this map comes up.
Oh, definitely.
Just because of that. But any siege, like I said, a lot of people complain about siege heroes. They're just people not realizing, or is Sylvanas maybe a special case because she could almost take a structure by herself, as opposed to, say, Asmodan, where if he gets too close, the fortification is going to wreck his day.
Is that I haven't tried with Asmodan.
I mean, Asmodan, he's not quite a good representation at the moment, but just that siege style character. I mean, I guess if you looked at Sergeant Hammer, more of it does a lot of team damage, potentially could outrange one of those fortifications as well. I mean, even Chogol, he could actually siege one himself, but he is 2 heroes, so that's just something. It's something maybe. So you think just it's still a bit of time. It's still young. People still figuring out how to play it. It's how does that being able to tunnel into the middle of the map change the gameplay on this? So why is it there? Why don't we have this on any other map?
Well, I think it's Blizzard's way of trying to introduce a new mechanic to see how well it does. I think by the time you're halfway through the game, when everything upgrades and you have your tunnel, at that point you're wanting to get back into the fight quickly, and that's what Blizzard wants. They want team fights right now. Yeah. So trying to get people back into the thick of things as soon as possible is what you're going to do.
All right. So there's no so it's definitely quick travel, right? You know, from your base to the middle of the map. It's definitely a quick travel mechanic. But what is that overcoming? Like, what's the? I mean, what's that playing for? Like, it's a cool thing. There's like hundreds of different things they could have done. Why specifically go from your core to the middle of the map? Like, when is that going to like sure, it's useful, but is there not something else it's playing into as well?
I feel like its main purpose, and I could be wrong here, but you know, my opinion in it is that it allows you to play from behind. Because again, like I said, from destroying the structures, if you're behind, you could be 18 to 18, right? But your core would have like maybe 2 HP left, and they would have full. Like, you wouldn't feel the level gap in the game, and it gives teams another way to engage into a team fight if they had like lanes pushed. Like, for example, if bottom was pushed, that you can't flank from that direction, and giving it another option to flank makes it so that the team playing from behind could theoretically still use it to their advantage. But again, they could be trapped in there. It could be a gank there. So it's gonna be really up to the I agree with NZ. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's a good name. It's a good name.
It is. It's the sort of name that kind of makes you mispronounce it, like Fniach. So I can relate. I can relate to that.
It's a name that separates good shoutcasters from bad shoutcasters.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. I think it's for once the pros start, they can draft this, because I don't know. Was it banned in DreamHack? Was it out in DreamHack?
I don't think it was released because it was too soon.
Yeah. So like, until we see those games and we see how they'll play it, maybe it'll adopt more into the meta, or I mean, maybe the meta will spawn it. Who knows?
Yeah. So you see which way which way it goes. I'm just really interested in that sort of tunnel mechanic, because I just like one of the things I picked up on it was, if the enemy has 6 bases, you're trapped in your core while the altar comes up. So it gives them a way to get into objective capturing even when they have no bases. Because hey, everyone wants to fire one missile. But this is just the last point on this map. I mean, it's a pretty cool map. I really, really like it myself. I like the direction Blizzard is going in. A comment that I've seen is that this map kind of doesn't feel like a MOBA, because you can't get that. You can't do that coring stuff. The laning's not quite the same. And I still think it's a cool map. I think it's a lot of fun. But I think there's a point to take away from that. What happens when we have too many maps like this? Like, what's the next funky mechanic? Like, okay, there is no core, the core's completely gone, or there are no lanes, or at what stage does Blizzard lose that consistency between their maps? Like, this one's pretty cool, you've got the cores, but you can't attack the cores. It feels has the MOBA feel, but is there a concern that maybe too many varying, or let's say funky things like this might turn the game, lose the essence of the game, which is that it is a MOBA. It's about 5 people killing another 5 people and then decoring them, or but what are your takes on that? Is that just opinions? I don't know if anyone's thought about it, or
well, the way I would say is that Blizzard has from the beginning pushed what it is to be a MOBA, and we're seeing characters that are completely unique to the genre. We're starting to see maps that are completely unique, and that's what Blizzard is trying to make their stamp. I don't think this is quite a gimmick. Give it 3 months, and we'll see how the professional scene kind of picks up on it. I think if it's well received, we'll probably start seeing some seasonal maps like this, and they'll probably rotate in and out. Starting with Halloween, they'll probably do like a lunar month one at some point, and kind of do that, and kind of be that oddball map that's kind of out there in the meta, and I can see that happening.
That I reckon that'd be interesting. Different maps. I mean, someone just brought up an interesting thing in the game. Maybe Blizzard. Sorry, in the chat channel. Maybe people are maybe Blizzard is looking at possibly introducing non-competitive maps. I mean, they're already bringing the arena, right? So the arena is coming in 2016. That's a completely uncompetitive play. It's pure fun, pure hardcore adrenaline and aggression. Could we see more stylized maps, not arena, but say stylized maps, which are completely just fun? There's no competitiveness to them. Maybe they are a little bit unbalanced. I don't know. Like, do you think Blizzard might be going down that route, or I don't know. It's still speculation.
Fan service maps, almost.
Yeah, well, why not? Let's get.
I feel in full rotation, they're not going to be inclined to do that, because I think that's why they're introducing arena right now, is so that they have an avenue for making silly maps wherein it's just completely for fun.
Yeah.
But I think for live full-on games, ranked games, they're just gonna lock it to whatever the maps they have. And I think there is a discussion right now about there being a little bit too many maps. That's a big issue. Is that, are we diluting the map pool that we have?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you think they might go in the route what they do with StarCraft 2? So Quick Match has all the maps, 30 maps, whatever, I don't know, has 30 maps, but then ranked play, the competitive play might be limited to 8 maps, StarCraft 2 style, there's hundreds of maps you can play, but if you do ranked, here's the 8 maps you will play.
Definitely. I can see that, definitely. They'll be retiring some maps. I mean, Haunted Mines is kind of semi-retired at the moment.
It's hopefully gone, and it's never coming back. That's the census. We talked about that 2 weeks ago, and people said, how would you improve Haunted Mines? And someone said, by removing it from the game files. So we've already got some strong opinions on that. But anyway, that's Towers of Doom. Welcome to the Nexus, or should I say, us welcome to it. Quite not sure how the lore works in the Nexus, but this is a map with a bit of lore as well. So exciting.
Getting a little bit of story going on.
That's it, like the Gravekeeper versus the Raven Lord. Ooh, who are these guys? Anyway, so that is probably the biggest new thing to come to Heroes of the Storm recently. There's a couple of other smaller things in works, but we just don't know when they're coming out, so we might not talk about them so much tonight. But now for what I think is a really cool topic of discussion, and we're going to have a little bit more focus on the ANZ team scene, because there is just a phenomenal amount some word like that, of action going on at the moment. We've got Carnite Esports back in action. Ascended Gaming never left, but they're still around. A team disbanded is on the scene. We've got Onyx Esports, Team Space Sharks is still around. Team Deathmatch is coming onto the scene. And there's 3 teams in the work, I believe. They don't have official names, but there's Demise's team is forming. Robodoba's new team is forming. And I believe Arcana is coming back with Apex, or some formation of Apex. We'll see how that goes. So just first with that, so see, I was going to have Against Time on the show tonight to talk about Carnite Esports, but he's not here, so it's hard to ask him the questions I had lined up. But so Carnite, have you guys heard of Carnite Esports since they've tried to come back onto the scene? About these guys?
I've been talking with Against Time, and I know he's been working hard to kind of bring the team back and kind of make his mark on things. So I'm really quite excited to see where he goes with it, with this newly reformed team.
Because he's not just a team. Like, this is the big thing about Carnite Esports, is that they're not just a Heroes of the Storm team, and they're not just people playing. He's actually pushing to be an official gaming group. So similar to XL5, Team Immunity, Silicon Sports, Carnite Esports is going to be something. He's trying to be an organization, which again, I think it's I think it'll be a great addition to the scene. Put a bit more lifeblood, especially to have a group that's focused on Heroes of the Storm. Unlike XL5, Immunity, Silicon Sports, they had Heroes of the Storm teams, but they just didn't seem to be really doing anything with Heroes of the Storm. It's like, we have a team because they have a team, and they have a team. XL5 did some good stuff though. They did the monthly brawls, but aside from that, I've always thought the teams really weren't, or the sponsored teams weren't really doing sort of much in that sense, besides just saying, we've got a team.
Right.
So it's I'm really Yeah, I hope it goes well for him, because it'd be nice to have a team, an organization that's eccentric about HOTS, centric for HOTS. So that's Kyanite Esports, revitalized team. I'm very excited. Very cool list. I mean, they got Joe Bot, obviously against Time, Penta Unleashed. Can't remember their other two members. One really, really new guy, and then someone else. Can't remember his name. I'm really sorry. Really sorry, whoever you are.
Let's see.
They're not updated on the website yet, unfortunately. I only just got their information today, so I can't even say, hey, this is the new members now. But anyway, that's Kyanite Esports. Awesome, check them out. They've got a website, kyaniteesports.com. I will post it in the chat channel. People go check out, and obviously blog post, all that stuff. And I've just said it, it's pretty easy to follow up on. All right, so moving on. So it's so we talked about extended gaming. Cool guys, been around for 3 months now, or 3-4 months, and they've been really pushing it, like trying to become a big thing. Jurelis, the sort of one of the manager of the team, has even been going to PAX Prime things, not PAX Prime. PAX Australia and stuff, and looking for sponsorship, trying to get people involved in the team largely. This is a cool thing for anyone. They are actually looking for 2 new players. They are looking for a flex player and a support player. So guys, really get involved with Ascended Gaming. They're a great team coming up. They've just been playing so much, playing so hard, trying to become something big and cool. So that's Ascended Gaming. It's Finach. Do you have a future with Ascended Gaming?
Oh man, I don't know. That would be nice though.
Yeah. Once they respond to my applications.
I would try out if they gave me a shot, but I don't think my skills are up to tops yet. I still need some practice.
Still getting there. So not putting the application just yet.
Yeah.
But I tell you,
training for that.
It's you don't train for that stuff. You just rock up. Just be awesome on the day.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, guys, if you are interested in getting flex and support, check out Ascended Gaming. They have a Facebook page. I don't have the link, unfortunately. I will put it in the post and all that stuff. I will Benji, if you want to try out for the team, talk to Benji Hash 1919. That's his battle tag. He's the captain of his team. Great set of guys. They've unfortunately lost one player due to injury. He's just hurt himself. Not playing Heroes of the Storm, just generally hurt himself and is unable to continue on.
He got the RSI.
That's it. He's got It's a serious injury in esports, man. Everyone's getting it these days.
Seriously, no, honestly.
So contact Benji. Really good group of guys, man. They are one of the up and coming teams. I would say they're the best team, but they're one of the upcoming teams. But anyway, if your trial for Ascended Gaming doesn't go too well, or they're already filled in their spots, you can actually go and speak to Team Disbanded, who are also looking for a member, and they are looking for an assassin main. So Team Disbanded members currently are Babelfish, Amidity, Lahol, and Ultra. I call him Ultra Vane. Hope that's how you say his name.
I think it's Ultivian.
Ultivian?
I think so.
Said Ultra Vane now, that's what it is. I don't check how you say these names, I just make them up in my head.
Yes. So we were asked what's a flex player. Yes, that is someone who can play whatever. Someone who can play all heroes effectively, I think. Or at least all roles effectively.
It'd be hard to say, can play all heroes amazingly.
That would be amazing.
It's like, I just want a team of flex players then. Yeah, a player that doesn't quite focus. They are flexible in what heroes they can play effectively. It's normally your flex player would be that hero that switches between, say, assassin and, say, warrior, that bruiser role. I think it's seen a lot of. But that is the flex for Ascended Gaming. And or you just want to be a pure killer, pure murderer, check out Team Disbanded. Bunch of cool guys. Check out, I call him Ultra Vane, but gotta change. Ultivian Hash 1266.
Yeah.
I'm bad at reading. Don't get time to check with people how to say their names. It's terrible. Anyway, they're looking for new members. So those are 2 teams looking for guys. Check them out. Also, just general new teams appearing. So we got Onyx Esports, are a completely new team onto the scene, untested in a tournament setting. But this is another team of players up and coming in the scene. So we've got quite a strong voice in the scene. Grumpshot, he's the coach of the team, coach/player, and he's a amazing person. We heard him on the show a couple of times. He's really very smart, very onto the ball, and so I'm very excited to see where they're going, the direction they go. Even their list of players they currently got, because these next guys are full teams most of them are full teams for the moment. And Onyx Esports also have Gruntshot, great smart guy. They've got Elo. Elo's another great player as well. Just recently hit ranked 1. I mean, he's been working really hard. He's hit ranked 1. Everyone says ranked 1 doesn't mean anything, but it's a rite of passage, isn't it, guys?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Congratulations.
That's it. And being ranked 1, it means, look, it may not mean you're a great player, but it means you've got the dedication to stick it out, which is what you want on a team.
Definitely.
And then they've got Moxie, who's another player in the community who's coming up. Taco Fairy and Bull Crow, and I mean I can't wait to see those guys play. I've got a replay of those guys. They'll be shoutcasting in next day or so. I'm excited to see how they come out. But they're another cool team. Just with the leadership of Grumpshot, I think they're going to go really far because he's a really good, down to earth, really intelligent guy as well. So I just can't say enough for Onyx Esports. They're great. I should also mention Grumpshot's also helped me on the ANZ website as well. Oh, nice. So maybe I'm a bit biased when I'm the angle I'm coming at.
Grumpshot has a fan in you.
That's it.
Yeah.
And another team that so they're not quite a new team on the scene, but we got Team Space Sharks. Now this was actually a little project that I put together to try and get into a bit of competitive play, but it just didn't. I didn't gel with my own team. That was the trouble. It's I couldn't train as much as they wanted to. I couldn't get to competitions because I was shoutcasting them. It just wasn't working. And so a couple of us had to leave. Elo was actually a member of Team Space Sharks for a while. And we had to leave. Well, I had to leave the team. Elo left the team. And I thought, okay, this is Space Sharks, 2 members left. That's it. But they've stuck it around. They've actually joined forces with Onyx Esports. And they actually are training together. And
that's sweet.
I mean, it's just really good. Teams coming together, recruiting, keeping in the scene, training with each other. And so, again, just another team that I'm really excited to see how far they go. I mean, one day I might be seeing Team Space Sharks at the WCS and going, that could have been me. That could have been me up there with my team. No, I'm a terrible player. They probably would have dumped my ass a long time ago. But they're made up of, again, players that we've seen in the community a lot. Space Phoenix, Yablet, AC the Man, Screech, and Jedi Dude. What a name, Jedi Dude. That's
amazing.
That is an awesome name.
I can't believe I didn't think of that.
I know, right?
Well, he's Jedi Dude 1, so obviously him and someone else have thought of the name. So that's Team Space Sharks. We've also got Team Deathmatch. I don't know a lot about Team Deathmatch, but Delphia, he was actually on the show a couple of weeks ago. He's actually the effective captain of Team Deathmatch, so it's really cool to see them. Again, just see another team. Just see teams forming and so far sticking together. Now, here are the two big teams. I was getting somewhere. I wasn't just going to read out the list of new teams and their players. These are the 2 really big teams, I think. They're going to be forming hopefully next month, maybe next 2 months. So first off, we've got Team Demise. Now,
that's going to be a name.
Well, I mean, that's not the full name, right? It's the player who's making the team is called Demise.
Yeah.
Now, what's interesting about this is that Demise is actually an ex-player of Apex, Arcana's team. And he's been off for the scene for a while. But we've got Demise joining forces with Godzilla, ex-Silicon Sports player. Then we've got KVA joining the roster as well, ex-XL5 player. And then we also have Zekin, ex-XL5 player as well. And they're still, at the moment, I think they're still finalising a 5th player. They're not actively recruiting. They're talking to particular people in the community they know themselves. But so far, those 4 players themselves, what a lineup. I mean, you're looking at members made up of probably the top 4 major teams from last year. Yeah, top 4 or 5 major teams from the WCS. Sorry, this year. Talking about from all the games, everything played this year. I mean, what a lineup! Well, Finach, what's your thoughts on these guys? I mean, this is potentially a powerhouse of a team here.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what we want to be seeing, right? We want to see like the players who have played before professionally. We want to see them make and form new teams. I mean, we weren't. I wasn't expecting this boom of like teams until like early next year.
Yeah.
So just seeing the teams like come back out and reform, scrim against each other, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice to see.
Yeah, definitely.
And especially this sort of like just this powerhouse. I mean, these are all top players here, and they're still looking for a fifth. I mean, there's members of Team Immunity still floating around. There's other members of XL5. Obviously, Silicon Sports. Phonetic Array, who were Salty Dogs, got sponsored by Phonetic Array. They've dropped off the map. They could be coming back into into this situation. So that is Team Demise. That's going to be a monster of a team to look out for. But it gets even better. There's actually another team, and it's Team Roba-Doba. Obviously, we still don't have a proper name for them yet. And so far, looks like it's made up of Roba-Doba. So obviously, Roba-Doba, Team Immunity, he was one of the ANZ champions from this year. You know, he's Team Immunity 1. Followed up by Ninja, ex-XL5 player. Followed up by Sashin, which I'm pretty sure is ex-Immunity player. I hope I've got that right. I can't remember if it's Team XL5 or Immunity. But an ex-Grand Champion of ANZ or runner-up Grand Champion. And then we also have Das Bertz. And he was actually a member of Team Immunity, but when it split, went on to Team Immunity Black, team. But apparently he's coming back onto the scene as well. So again, this is another team made up of basically the first and best team. First, second, third. It's a bit hard because of the Immunity Black didn't quite make it, but they got pretty close. Again, it's another powerhouse of team. Robo-Doba is a great warrior player. Das Bertz was a great support player. I mean, I think that was a real, a bit of a loss when Immunity split. That they split the way they did, and Das Bertz didn't quite make it. I've seen his games; he's a really good support player. And then we got Ninja and Session, great assassins all round. Just another. I can't say anything more than just another powerhouse team. So I've just had confirmation in chat. He is ex-Immunity. So I was right. I guessed right. 50% chance of being right. So I'd love to see right now just like Team Roba versus Team Demise.
I think that would be interesting. That would be very interesting to watch.
That'd be a great
That'd be a great thing to stream on Sundays.
Yeah, Sunday scrim.
Esports Sundays. There you go.
That would be awesome. I'd love to see it. Both teams still looking for members, but they're not openly recruiting, if that makes sense. They're not looking at forums. They've obviously got people in mind that they're talking to, trying to get on board. It'll be interesting to see what happens also in a sponsorship sense, because most of these guys come from previously sponsored teams. So I wonder if we'll see XL5, Silicon Sports, those sort of sponsorship groups try and make plays to get these teams, because these are while the teams themselves aren't tested, the members are tested and have done very well. So it's very cool on that. And then just to throw out, because I don't have much information on it, but like I said, Arcana looks like Arcana is trying to get a group back together as well. From what I've been told, I'm not sure if it's 100% true. I really hope it is, because the Apex guys, I think they're all fantastic. I'd love to see them come back into one capability or another, one capacity, just back on the scene. But that is it. That is all the new teams on the scene. Get excited. All right, and so moving on. So we've done with news. We've done with the team changes, updates. Now for the big one, community info. Well, even more big one, I should say, because the teams are pretty big. Just some general community information, because we've got you on the show tonight. NZ.
There we go. Good job.
That's it. I almost defaulted back, I have to admit. I just want to get a chance to talk to you about the Australasian Player League.
Yeah.
And it's just because I think there was a little bit of confusion of surrounding it, because we had a an ANZ Pro League.
Yeah.
And I think people got confused when it was sort of the Australasian League came to the scene. So tell us, clear it up for us. Australasian Player League, the ANZ Pro League.
Pro League.
What?
Yeah. So what happened was I came in as the ANZ Pro League was kind of parting ways with each other, and what I decided to do was take the name from that and the idea from that and kind of develop it into a more community-minded player league, so that everyone can have a opportunity and chance to kind of get some experience doing the drafting, kind of finding other players within the community to consistently play together with, and kind of go through a season and see what we can do as a community together.
That's it. So that's in a nutshell. So the APL was basically absorbed into the Australasian Player League.
Yes.
And then different format was made. So what can people expect from the from the new APL? Like, what exactly is it that? So it's a player league, but for those of us that don't know, but what?
Sure. So basically, what I wanted to do was to get individuals, because a lot of us, we don't know how to find teams. We may not be good enough to get into teams in that, but have individuals be able to come together on a Friday or Saturday night and be able to within the community, draft players and then go in and into a custom game and draft and play games against each other and see how we stack up. And we'll have a kind of league MMR going on, and so but we'll also reward individual accomplishments in the game. So if you're the person with the most hero damage in the game between both teams, you get a little bit of a bonus MMR for that. So even if you lose, your individual contributions will still be kind of honored and everything like that. But in the end, it's a really good way for a lot of people to get together, have some great games, not have to worry about random queues throwing crazy things at them, and and just kind of get to know the community better.
So it's sort of like focused gameplay. Sorry, it's not focused game, like focused gathering of people wanting to do ranked. It's effectively like doing the ranked play, but doing it solely within the ANZ community and having people on a similar playing level. It's exactly. Now Fnatch is a superstar at Heroes of the Storm, right? His MMR is through the roof. It's amazing. What about poor people like me that have terrible MMR? Is there some sort of is there a is there an entry level? Do you have to be at a particular place before you can kind of get into it? Like, it's not just a all come all served situation, is it?
Well, what we did originally was we were looking at MMR requirements, and with a community this small, it really kind of cuts down on the people interested. So we did relax the MMR requirement, but we do still have to play 150 games quick match in order to at least have an understanding of how to play in a competitive, at least against other real people, and to kind of go from there. Now, within the league, when we all gather in that, we'll have the kind of ladder for your rank or your league rank, and basically the idea is you can challenge other people, but you're only going to be able to do it within a certain range. That way, little old me can't go and challenge Fnatch all the time because his MMR is way
higher than yours. Yep,
exactly. So that way,
Fnatch is shaking his head there. It's like, you guys are on crack.
You guys actually made me check like hot slugs to see him, because I rarely check my MMR.
You're like, oh, maybe it is high.
It's like, maybe I am. It is through the roof. It isn't. Reality hurts.
Ouch. But the idea here is that as the season goes on, and it's only 6 weeks, you'll start kind of seeing that range of people, and you're going to be hitting in those areas that you feel most comfortable with.
All right, so you talked about this, you challenge other people and stuff, but it's it's a player league, but you challenge other people. But this is a 5v5 game. But
Yep.
how does that work? Like, what's this challenge other people?
Right. So with Heroes being a team game, so how does individuals kind of come into it? The my goal is that when we want, or what we want in our community, is people who love playing the game and understand the different aspects of being game. And being in the player league is kind of being your own captain. You're going to get to choose your team. You're going to be able to be the one who is the shot caller or nominate the shot caller. You're going to be the one who's going to be helping with the draft and everything. And it's all about getting your personal skills in all these areas better, or learning from people who are doing it fantastically already. And this is a great place to kind of see that and have fun at the same time.
Yeah. So it's I think a lot of people refer to it as that sort of captain's mode play.
Yeah.
So effectively, I'll challenge Finach. We'll start a game, and then everyone because it happens all at the same, every Friday. So you might hopefully have 100 people ready to go.
Exactly.
And then they'd pick from that sort of pool, or pick from the pool of people that were interested to play at that time.
Yep. Exactly. And we'll have, hopefully with enough people, we'll have 4 or 5 games going. That way, if you don't get into one game, you'll get into another game. And, and you can go and challenge others and, have a good night of playing Heroes.
Yeah. All right. No, it sounds really, really cool. Where can we sign up for this?
Sure. So in the Twitch chat, I will post the website. So if you just give me a second.
Not too easy. And also that web address will be up on the blog post and the comments on YouTube.
I actually just put it and it was deleted. So what I'll do is I'll send it to you.
No, that's all right. I can fix that. I'll just promote you too.
So yeah, just go to the website. I updated the schedule. So the schedule is all up to date. We'll be starting on January 15th. Looking at Fridays and Saturdays right now. I don't want to take up too much of people's time. Also, you just have to be there for 4 of the 6 weeks in order to be part of the final tournament, which will be at the end of the season. Yeah. And basically what will happen there is that the top players will draft from the rest of the league, and that team will go through the entire tournament together for top honors.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, that way, as a captain, you get to show your talents of being able to pick the right team, the people that you've worked best with throughout the season, and that helps people who may not be in the top tier, but were really good team players to also be involved.
Yeah. So, okay, no, that's pretty cool. Trying to encompass it all a little bit.
Yeah.
Into a little nice tournament setting.
Exactly.
All right. So it's I think I don't know, Finach, do you have any other questions? Do you have any questions for Edzedamine on this Australasian Player League?
Oh,
and it
no,
can't
not really.
it can't be can we stop Disco from entering it? It can't be
no. I want to see you there. I want to fight against you.
Oh.
Like I want to be I want to call you out on that talent.
Come here, Disco. I need to improve my MMR. Come here.
I don't know. I just think it's a really great idea. I mean, we were talking about when the original came out that, I wanted to see some inclusiveness, and this is really nice.
Yeah,
you guys will probably see me there. I am super keen for this.
Good. I'm really glad to hear that.
That's awesome. So just double check. Did we say when it was starting? I always forget that.
Yeah, January 15th.
January 15th.
Yeah, we're thinking about doing it before Christmas, but honestly, that was going to be a disaster. Yeah. So we'll be doing it on starting January 15th, Australia Day and Watangi Day. We'll probably have some decent events going on both those weekends, and then we'll have the finale and the tournament afterwards.
Awesome. I'm very excited for that. So guys, get involved in that. Check out the website, Australasian Player League. Very inclusive. It's opened up to the community, and that's what we want to see. Just smash out those games, 150 quick matches. That's the weekend, isn't it? So.
Yeah, right.
24 hours is fine.
That's it.
Do it straight up.
All right, and just to finish up the show, I just want to do a little bit of that self-plug for the anzheroes.com website. So guys, if you haven't seen it yet, I also run apart from this fantastic show, high production values here, I also run a community website called anzheroes.com. And what I would just like to do is announce a couple of additions on the website, which come up in the last couple of weeks. So I just wanted to say that we, on ANZ Heroes, have made a looking for team list. That's right. You can, if you don't have a team right now and you're trying to find a team, you can actually register yourself to get put onto this list. And it's just basically puts down your contact information, your Battle.net ID, what position you like to play, what times you can scrim or train, and also what sort of team you're looking for. And teams can come along and have a look at it and go, yep, we like you, pick you up. Or other players can just come along and go, yeah, I want to form a team with this guy. He suits my time zone, etc. like that. So please, guys, if you're interested, go and check out anzheroes.com. Click on the competitive play tab and click on looking for team list and submit yourself to it. I think it looks pretty cool. And also, all the team pages will be receiving an update on anzheroes.com as well, to provide useful information like scrim times, who to contact if you want to play against them. And once we get into more competitive events this year and next year, we'll actually be recording teams' winnings. They'll get cool little trophy icons at the bottom of the page, just to show how good they are or how bad or how not good they are, because they didn't win anything. I don't know, I shouldn't have said that. But that's coming to anzheroes.com as well. And the big announcement, people have asked about this for a long time. It is coming. It is on the horizon. anzheroes.com will be setting up forums. Proper ANZ forums. No longer will you be restricted to Facebook, Twitter, and the Battle.net forums. You can now actually go to anzheroes.com and there will be forums in the future. Let's work on Blizzard time, and it's coming sometime.
Oh, everyone's used to it now.
That should actually be just right around the corner there. Forums are being set up. And
can I be in the beta?
The beta for the forums. We don't do betas on anzheroes.com. We just make stuff go live and hope it works. That's how we roll.
Awesome.
All right, and that is it. That's everything. So that's episode 18 of Heroes Untapped. Thanks very much for coming on the show tonight, Finach. Like always, you've been an amazing host, and you are just so knowledgeable about this game. I'm glad you're around.
Thank you.
I know next to nothing. If people are interested in getting a hold of you, where can they get a hold of you? Are you streaming yet?
No, because unfortunately I'm stuck in Wellington, and my internet is terrible. I tried streaming, and it was just laggy. So I think I'm gonna have to wait until like the next year until I can come back to Auckland.
Yeah.
And I miss my fiber. I miss my fiber internet.
Yeah.
But if anyone wants to hit me up, you can find me. My Twitter is actually working now, and that's looking pretty. So hit me up at Fniatch, FNIATCH, and Twitter. And in the game, it's just search me up in Fniatch.
All right, awesome. And Enzyme, thanks very much for coming on the show tonight.
Thank you very much.
And owner of the Australasian Player League. Tell us, good sir, people are interested in talking to you, having a chat, just general chit chat about this amazing game, Heroes of the Storm. Where can people?
So I also have a Twitter, and it's APL head office. That's for all APL news. My personal Twitter is nzetamine, so go and take a look there, or just chat me up in battle.net, nzetamine 6805.
All right, awesome. And thanks everyone. I've been Disconcur. You can check me out on Twitter at Disconcur, my blog disconcur.com. And I also got I've got lots of stuff. Just look up Disconcur. Google Disconcur, skip Urban Dictionary, and then everything else is basically me. But thanks very much, guys. Thanks, everyone, for watching Heroes Untapped tonight. It's been really great having you in the chat. Everyone on watching on YouTube, on iTunes, on Stitcher and stuff. Give us a shout out on my Facebook page or jump onto my website on the blog and post a comment. Would love to know if people actually listen to it. Watch the show. Nice just for some stats and stuff. But thanks very much for watching, everyone. It's been great having you. And always have fun in the Nexus. And until next time.
See ya.